Hello, hi. I'm Sadaetirs Smith, and I'm the young lady from Georgia who hired 21 Savage for the concert on September the 5th, 2016 at Bo Mays. Everybody has something to say, and I'm here to tell my side of the story because I really haven't said anything or even discussed anything really with anyone because I'm a kind of laid back person and really don't like to talk that much. But I think I need to speak out and tell what happened that night, what was the consequences of him leaving, what I had to deal with because he left. So when 21 Savage left that night, I immediately told the police officers that was there, Captain Green, the chief of police, Bernie Quarterman, could they please call 911? They told me no. I would have to call 911. It's not their jurisdiction. So I called 911, and 911 dispatcher told me, you have two officers there. Why are you calling us? After a while, Liberty County and Worthiville, that's where we live at, and that's where the club is located. They turned around and they came to some agreement, and I was asked to come down to Allenhurst Post Office, which is a like 2 or 3 minute drive from the club, to do my police report on 21 Savage. I went to do the police report. Captain Green said that they was gonna finish up clearing out the crowd. They wanted to get paid. My husband paid them, and when I returned back from doing the police report, it was still like 3 women in the parking lot, my husband, 2 local artists, and another young man still there. The 3 ladies, they was very upset. They wanted their money back, and I let them know, hey, we lost money too. You know, we'll get back with y'all at a later date. After that, I went in the club, to secure the premises. I came back out, and the 2 local artists was like, we had to carry them out of the building, the ladies that was outside. So they was still carrying on, and I was still asking them to leave. They wouldn't leave. They was cursing me out, calling me all out of my name, calling me bees, everything, saying they want their money back. Their mouth was really very nasty, vulgar. They turn around and flip their clothes up and showed me they behind. So I went to my car. I'm a licensed carrier, and I shot my gun in the air. One of the young ladies told me to bring it on B. I shot my gun again in the air. And once I shot my gun again in the air, the girls ran to their car, went to the end of the driveway, and they ended up calling 911 on me. The same police officers that I hired for the event, Chief Quarterman, Captain Green, along with the same officer that said that he couldn't come down there to Bo Mays Club from Liberty County, they all came back, and the officers arrested me. I end up bonding out of jail for $5,198. Before that night, I have never had a record at all. I end up bonding out. I came in the next day, and I end up talking to Detective Chris Reed. He told me the steps that I had to take with 21 Savage. The first steps I had to take is to send him out a letter. And I did. I sent him out a letter. I sent out the promoter a letter. sent, not the promoter, but the people that the booking agent a letter, and that's what I did. Then I waited. No response. So once there was no response, I was able to file for a warrant, which to get the warrant, they had to send a letter out to 21 Savage as well at the courthouse, which was another 30 days. 21 Savage, they gave us a court date. The booking agent, 21 Savage, and also his road manager, because all three of them are the ones that I corresponded with. None of them showed up. So the judge put out the warrant. For the past 2 years, every time 21 Savage was near or performing somewhere, that may be Jacksonville or anywhere, I will call Detective Chris Reed and I will let him know, hey, 21 Savage is performing this place. Can you please, send the warrant out? Nothing to happen. So when 21 Savage hit the news on Super Bowl Sunday, I saw it. And I immediately text Detective Reed and I say, hey, they just picked up 21 Savage. Can y'all send a warrant out to Fulton County? And he said, I'm going to call you back in 30 minutes. He did. He called me back in 30 minutes and he said, Fulton County or DeKalb? And I told him Fulton County. He said, I'm sending the warrant over right now. So when I seen that, I woke up one morning, it was like 6 something in the morning, and I seen that 21 Savage was getting out of jail. I was like, wait, I got a warrant for his arrest. How can this be? So I turned around and I immediately text Detective Chris Reed again. And I said, hey, how can this be? How can you not pick up 21 Savage? He got a warrant. So his response back to me in his text was, we reached out to his attorneys. They reached out to us, and he's going to turn himself in when he get released from jail today. My response back to him was, if it was any ordinary person and it wasn't, you would already pick them up. I told him that I'll have my attorney call him, and he said okay. I reached out to news medias, different places. Nobody respond to me. Even my local news stations, nobody will respond to me. So I decided that I will reach out to TMZ. I was at work, and I had walked out my office, and I seen the email come across from somebody from TMZ. But I was talking to my husband on the phone, and then one of the girls that work in my office, she said, hey, Miss D, someone's on the phone from TMZ. And TMZ was the first person that I reached out and I was able to talk to and tell what was going on. TMZ told me that they was going to contact the jail and find out about the warrant, and they did. And they kind of helped me. But what made me feel so bad about this whole situation is, on Friday, 21 was supposed to get here around 6 o'clock. They told me to be at the jail. And 8 o'clock came and he wasn't there. And it hurt me because I was like, I'm going to just go to work. I'm going to go to work. But it hurt me to the most, hurt me more than anything for my hometown, the town I grew up in, everything, for make me feel like they turned against me. He came, I was gone. He came, he wasn't even there 30 minutes. They booked him and let him go. If it was me or you, we would have went to jail that day. I had to pay a bond that night. 21 Savage has never thought about the consequences of that night and what it did to me. I don't want him to have to get deported. I'm totally against deportation. I have Hispanic people that work for me. They like my family. I love them. My husband, he's foreign. He's Jamaican. I love him. I love his family. I love his friends. They're good people. They're just like me and you. I believe 21 Savage is a good person. He made the wrong decision that night. But he don't realize that his decision that night also cost me as his promoter, his fan. He hurt me and his fans that night. And right now, while he's in a position that he need to get this felony charge, which I have on him, away, I also have charges from that night. I have 3 aggravated assault charges. These women said I tried to kill them. And I have a charge for firing on the property of another, which is the club. Nobody's thinking about me. Everybody's thinking, oh, why she waited so long. I didn't wait. I've been trying for 2 years to serve this warrant. I've been waiting for 2 years to even for him to just call me and say, hey, I want to give you back your money. You've been making money. You've been doing movies. You've been doing shows. When I got you, 21 Savage, you were a trending artist. You and my daughter shared the same birthday. She said, Mama, get 21 Savage. He's trending. He's new. All I can say, 21, is the same people you meet going up is the same people you got to meet going back down. And right now, you got to meet me. Your lawyer, she's telling everybody that, even my town is telling everybody that the issue has been resolved. I'm here to tell y'all it hasn't been resolved. I have never heard from 21 Savage and his attorney. I have never even spoke to them since this incident has occurred. They have never reached out to my attorney at all to even speak to him or speak to me. She's a liar. 21 Savage is a liar. And my hometown is a liar. The sheriff. The only person has spoken to me in this town is Detective Chris Reed. He called me the day that 21 Savage was coming, or when he got here, let's say that. And I had left the jail, and he said, I have 21 Savage lawyers coming today, and they'd like to write you a cashier's check. I need your phone number. Is it all right for me to give them your number? And I said, yes. The same number I had 2 years ago when this happened is the same number I have right now. I don't want nothing to happen to this young man. I want him to flourish in his career. He seems like he is trying to do good in his life. But I'm also trying to do good in my life. But he has turned my life upside down. And it seems like nobody has a care in the world. I go to work each and every day just like him, and I have feelings just like him. If he get deported today or tomorrow, he has money that he could take his family with him. If I go to jail today or tomorrow, my husband depends on me. He's not a U.S. citizen. He may get deported back to Jamaica. Who knows? There's consequences for everything that we do. And he never thought about the consequences. He never thought about what would be the consequences for me leaving that night. I just wanted to take the time out and tell my side of the story because everybody has something to say. Why she waited this long? Why the police department waited this long? I don't know why the police department waited this long. I don't know why they took their time. I don't know why they gave him he didn't have a cash bond. I had a bond that night. He committed a crime, and I'm guilty of shooting a gun in the air. But I end up with a bond. A middle class person that goes to work each and every day, and he's a rich person who walks away on his own accountness. But one thing I do know, I serve a higher God. And man's plan is not God's plan. One of my friends, she always have that. And I believe in trusting him. I'm going to let God work this out for me. It's a really sad, sad situation. And I'm hurting from this. Because he came to town and he talked to everybody but except me. And I'm the person that he needed to talk to. His attorney didn't even try to reach out to my attorneys. They reached out to other attorneys that I didn't even hire. How unethical is that? I don't know. Y'all tell me.